All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is it's the last day of the month, last trading day of the month. It's May 25th, 29th, 2026. My name, Coach Kerrigan, lead instructor here at the BYOB Trading Room, day trading service for hit and run candlesticks family. Hey, let's take a look at the market, see how I captured 3K with an 83K account. Let's move this out of the way. Take a look at the market, see what we got going on, check out the guidance. All right, so into the close on the SPY, we've got 10-minute uptrend. You can see the sticks in the 3 riding up over the 8. So we got a 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. Nice bullish hold over prior price action up here. That's a bullish environment. I'd expect some more follow through on that on Monday. On the 2-hour chart, we got the sticks in the 3 riding up over the rising 8. Okay, so we got a 2-hour uptrend coming into the close. On the daily candle, we got a higher high. All right, new all-time high today on SPY. So that's going to be bullish. All right, and in an uptrend on the daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, bullish and in an uptrend. So there's SPY on the bigger time frames, bullish and in an uptrend. Let's take a look at QQQ. Start off on the 10-minute chart. Got ourselves the sticks in the 3 riding up over a rising 8. We got a 10-minute uptrend into the close. Nice bullish hold over the prior price action. You can see the base here, forming another base here. This one's a little sloppier than this one. This one was tight and wound up. This one, not so much. QQQ, 10-minute uptrend coming into the close. On the 2-hour, we got the sticks and the 3 riding up over the 8. All right, so we've got daylight between the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA. So we have 2-hour uptrend coming into the close on the QQQ. On the daily chart, you can see we got a new all-time high today. So that is bullish and in an uptrend on the daily and the weekly and the monthly time frames. So bullish and in an uptrend for QQQ. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM puts in, looks like an inside day. It's a lower high, a higher low, closing just over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. Top of quadrant 4, that's bullish, still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow puts in a new all-time high. So that is bullish and in an uptrend. New all-time high for Diamond Dow. Take a look at FNGU. FNGU puts in a new all-time high. Okay, not just a new rally high, but a new all-time high. That's going to be bullish and in an uptrend for FNGU. Let's take a look at silver and gold, precious metals. Price action for silver, higher low, higher high, closed inside a bearish trap under the flat 17, under the all-time high anchored VWAP in the bottom of quadrant 3. Okay, so that's going to be neutral. Still haven't made a lower low and in an uptrend. It's one of those dysfunctional uptrends, not moving up, not moving down. It's actually moving down and moving to the right. So there's silver. Let's take a look at gold. Gold got a higher low and a higher high, closed over a bearish trap, closed under the falling 17, closed under the all-time high anchored VWAP, closed at the very, very top of quadrant 3, almost into quadrant 4. That's in the upper third. That's going to be bullish, but still in a downtrend till they make a higher high. They got a low here. They made a lower low, so they're stuck in the downtrend until they make a higher high. So there's GLD on the daily chart. Let's take a look at USO. USO got a lower high, got a lower low. They closed under a bearish trap, closed under the 17. What's the low here? And the low there is 27.38. What's the low here? 26.55. So USO is bullish because they're in the upper third, but they just started a downtrend because they made a lower low. So bullish, but in a downtrend up there on USO. Let's take a look at UNG. Okay, Okay, UNG got a little follow through today. Higher low, higher high. Closed over a bullish trap. Closed over the hooking 17. Closed in the middle of quadrant 1. Closed underneath the 14-month high anchored VWAP. All right, so this is bearish. It's down here in the bottom third. Okay, but in an uptrend because it's making higher lows and higher highs. That's UNG. All right, let's take a look at internals. We'll start with T2101, and market made new all-time highs, and we lost a little more participation today. Let me just say IWM did not make a new all-time high, and that may be closer to a measurement of the IWM than it would be for SPY and QQQ and FNGU. All right, because this is a broader mix of the whole market without weighted. All right, so we lost a little participation today as the market kind of pulled back some on T2101. T2122, we find ourselves meandering back and forth across the gold line, only to end up for the rest of the day inside the seller's chop zone, showing us a little bit of bearish control starting to take hold here on T2122. They made it into the buyer's chop zone for a brief second, enough time to have an espresso and then leave. All right, so there's T2122. That's going to be a little bit bearish, all right, and still in a downtrend here because we got lower highs and we keep making lower lows. So T2122 bearish downtrend right there. That's not a bullish clue. T2101 also kind of bearish downtrend as well, making lower highs and lower lows. Let's take a look at T2123. And T2123, did we make lower lows? Doesn't look, well, right here we did. Okay, so coming into the close, we got equal highs right here. We got a low, and you can see they made a lower low. So T2123 15-minute chart is in a downtrend. We're up over the flat 200 SMA. That's a bullish sign. Look at the bullish gap, hasn't been filled yet in 1, 2, 3 days. Another bullish gap here hasn't been filled in 4 days. Another bullish gap here hasn't been filled in 5 days. So still looking good here on T2123. Again, if you're a bull, you're up over the 200 SMA. That's bullish. I like that. We're in the middle of quadrant 4. That's bullish. All right, but we're in a downtrend because they got a low here and they made a lower low coming into the close. So bullish, but in a downtrend, but beginning a downtrend right there. That's T2123. Here's the origin back in April, and you can see right there is the new all-time high. And then from there, we just kind of melt off lower or over to the right instead of moving up any higher. That's T2123, 15-minute chart. 3-bar chart, again, here's the April low. There's the all-time high. We're up over the rising 200 SMA. It's where you want to be if you're a bull. They have not made lower lows. They are in the middle of quadrant 4, so that's bullish. Still in an uptrend on T2123, 3-bar chart. Bigger time frame bullish, notice that. FNGU. Nice bullish gap up, not filled by the bears all day today. Nice plank at the end of the day, or from after the bullish gap up. Nice plank at the day. Holding those highs. They are, they make a lower low. No, they're got a high. They made higher highs, so that's bullish and in an uptrend. Remember, FNGU made a new all-time high today. And it's up over the rising 200 SMA. It's up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So we get to take that off for now, so because we got a new all-time high. So FNGU, new all-time high. Didn't think we'd see that for a while, but here we are. New all-time high for FNGU. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. Got a bear bearish downtrend right here, goes into a 10-month bear flag. We're still in that bear flag. We're still in the uptrend. We closed near 98.87. All right, that's it for me. Oh, let's take a look at the guidance from, let's look at the guidance from today and maybe yesterday and today. Let's take this off. Don't need that. Don't need that. And I think that's yesterday's guidance. Let's take a look at. All right, plan to trade uptrend over 756.35 to the pre-market call wall 760. Okay, so that was our direction for the day. All right, so let's go take a look at the market. Let's find, what does that one look like? All right, let's take a look at SPY. And remembering the guidance that we just looked at right here. Okay, plan to trade an uptrend over 756.35 to the pre-market call wall 760. Okay, let's get that pre-market on there. All right, so you can see right here we got three different bases. Okay, there's the price action into the close from yesterday. This is the post market after the close from yesterday. All right, and then here is the pre-market into this morning right there. So for me, I want to take a breakout of this price action there. So right up over that 756.20. And you can see here's our first candle. All right, well, so we rip right over it. So we buy into this, and we made money coming right up into 757.99. Took profits into the highs. Of course, we were on a 5-minute chart, which made it easier. Okay, you see the big spinning top candle right here. Once price clears that wick, that's an entry for me. All right, so I bought calls, traded it up into here. Then we had a pullback. All right, violent pullback. Didn't trade the pullback because in order for the pullback, for me to trade the pullback, I needed to see price close complete candles underneath this lows right through here. All right, so in the second half of the guidance, it was plan to trade a 10-minute downtrend below 754.90. Okay, so 754.90 is going to be right there. Okay, and you can see where the candles came in right here. We got nothing but tail and then a bullish reversal right there. So we traded this bullish reversal as they came in. And there's a clue right here. They came into gap. By nature, gaps are magnetic. All right. So if they can't fill the gap, that's because the bulls are so strong, they won't let price fill the gap. So we missed it by pennies. That's a huge clue. So I get long again as we ride price all the way up to these highs. Take some more profit, only to find out that the call wall got moved from 760 down to 758, and then on down to 757. So at that point, I'm taking profits into this number, and then again it free falls. And of course, I don't trade the downtrend because I'm not interested in trading the downtrend. I'm more interested in trading the uptrend. So after that, it's like 2 o'clock. All right, so I'm not really interested in taking any more trades. I'm just interested in preserving the capital and the gains that I got. All right, that's it. That's how I made my money today. Okay, rip. Pullback, did not trade the downtrend, but did trade the bounce coming off of here to rip all the way up to there. All right, and then the call wall changed right over here. All right, so that's how I traded today. Let's take a look at the guidance from the day before. And the day before we said trade an uptrend over 750.50 to yesterday's high. I hope this is it. 751.40. Okay, so let's take a look at the guidance before that. 750.50. You can see we got a rip in the morning right up here over 750.50. And of course, we traded this uptrend all the way up to here. Okay, so nice day for us yesterday. Got that 10-minute uptrend ripping up over VWAP. You got the picture of money. Okay, right here, got the picture of money. See where the VWAP and the ADMA separate? And the distance between them gets wider and wider and wider. So got the picture of money, got the green erase is red right over the top of this line right there. You can see all of this consolidation. Green erase is red. Pull back, test the the minor support. All right, and then rip and make a new all-time high right there. All right, so that was yesterday's candle. Traded that, made money on this 10-minute uptrend. Traded this, made money on this 10-minute uptrend. Then turned around and made money on this uptrend right there because it failed to fill gap right there. All right, that's it for me, traders. I will see you all on Monday, unless you guys got any questions. All right, I'm still bullish. Everything in the market is still bullish. You got Diamond Dow making new all-time highs. You got SPY making new all-time highs. You got FNGU making new all-time highs. QQQ's making new all-time highs. Let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH looking like hasn't made a new all-time high in about 1, 2, 3 days, okay? But that's an all-time high right there. They came close to it today. Right there. All right, traders, thank you. I will see you all on Monday.